Alright, this morning I'm just going to kind of show you how easy it is to feed your dogs a more natural diet. I've got two German Shorthair pointers, and this is how I feed them. I feed them once a day. So here's kind of an example of how I may feed them today, Saturday. They're going to get a mixture of ground beef. This is pulped fruit and vegetables. This is an oil mixture I've mixed up of cod liver oil, wheat germ oil, olive oil, and soybean oil. I might add a couple other ones. This here is hearts and gizzards, chicken hearts and gizzards. And then right here in this baggie, that is ground up alfalfa and I'm having a blank, the seaweed, kelp. It's 50% mixture of powdered kelp and alfalfa. And then over here we've got 4 chicken legs. I've got them soaking in some warm water. They were defrosted last night, and so they're still a little cold. What I'm going to do is I'm going to mix up the hamburger mixture with the vegetables, the kelp, and the oil, and the gizzards. Feed them that, and then I give them each 2 chicken legs, bone and all, uncooked. And let me remind you that this is completely raw. Nothing is cooked here. So, and it usually takes me about 10 minutes, almost 10 minutes, to feed them every day. So, not as easy as pouring dry dog food into a bowl and walking away, but for me it's worth it. My dogs bring me a lot of joy in my life. I think I can take 10 minutes out of my day to feed them a good, wholesome meal. So, here we go. That in there, heart. Don't have to do a lot of the heart or gizzard. A little bit of the alfalfa kelp mixture. This is about a half a teaspoon I put in. Now, on the hamburger, if I'm giving them chicken legs or, chicken wings or necks, then I don't give them as much of the hamburger mixture because, well, they're getting chicken legs also. So if I wasn't doing the legs, sometimes I, forget to thaw out the legs or just don't do it that particular day, then I add more hamburger. But I try to include some sort of meat with bones in it. The bones are good for them, lots of calcium and other nutrients. So, and as far as how much, well, I just kind of look at it, and I'm not going to make this difficult. I've just kind of been doing this for a while. I look at it and think, looks good, looks like a decent amount to feed them. We don't, figure exactly how much to feed our kids when we raise them. We just feed them, and that's what I'm doing. I'm just going to feed my dogs, and I'll watch them. If they seem to be losing a lot of weight, well, I'll feed them a little more. So, but I will probably post some guidelines up on my website, just a little bit of how many calories a dog should have a day and what, Okay, so that's good enough for there. We actually need to put a little more. Now, my older dog, occasionally I'll give them some glucosamine tablet broken up in there. So, and the pulped vegetables, you want to pulp them really good. I didn't quite pulp this as well as I wanted, but it'll still work. And I only put about 2 tablespoons, 2-3 tablespoons in there. These are carnivores, remember? The bulk of their diet in the wild is meat, so that's what I want to give them. And then the oils, EFAs, essential fatty acids, are really good for their coat and skin, and put about a tablespoon of that in there. You can see, don't really measure it out, just put it in there. then I'll run a little bit of hot water, mix it up a little bit first. And it's still a little cold, so I like to put a little warm water, a little hot water in it. Not make it soupy, but just to kind of, let me kind of show you what I do. I'll take it, just hit it like that. Mix it up. And that'll kind of warm up the food a little bit for them. Makes it a little bit easier to mix up. Put just a little more. A little bit more in there. And then what I'll do is I'll feed them this first, the hamburger mixture first. After they're done eating, I'll give them a chicken leg each, and then when they finish that, I'll give them the other one. And I don't just put it all down together because one might get done eating sooner and then try to get the other one food. But if you do this, they actually get pretty used to eating out of their own bowl and eating only what they got. Hey, pretty easy. He's waiting patiently. My other one's outside all being neurotic, so let's bring her in and then I'll come on in. This one goes to Buddy. There's Bella's right there. Okay, so as you can see, there's Bella scarfing hers down. She has hers down in like, I swear, in about 20 seconds. Buddy's a more controlled eater, more patient eater. Bud, pretty good stuff. Now, this is all I feed my dogs anymore. I do not feed them dry food. I feed them once a day this way. I do a variety. It's important to, excuse me, to do a variety of meats. So, you know, some days it's ground chicken, might be a chicken breast, you know, mixed with, it might be half chicken breast and half ground hamburger. But it's always a variety of these foods being for their diet. And then I've just watched them real close. I've done a lot of research and reading and studying about this kind of a diet. And I'm just sold on this diet. My dogs have been on it for about May, June, July, almost 4 months now. And they're just looking really good. This short hair here, Bella, she was a little bit of a chunk. She's slimmed up. She's looking cut now. She used to have a fat roll around her tail right there. She's losing that a bit. And Buddy here, he's my older male. Not exactly sure how old he is. We found him, but his coat was pretty dull. And he was just shedding horribly. And this has helped with his, you know, good healthy nutrition is really probably the #1 way to help with your dog's coat and shedding. So, and they both like it. It took them a little while to get used to it. They've been raised on dry food their whole lives, and so it was funny watching them at first. You know, I slowly broke them in by just giving them a chicken leg or a chicken breast raw, and they carried it around for about 15 minutes, you know, and would put it down and look at me like, what am I supposed to do with this? And just kind of got to encourage them, but now they do great. You don't have to worry about dogs getting sick or anything like that as far as what is it, the bacteria from foods and stuff. They have such short digestive tracts. They eat the food and it's not like it's sitting in their stomachs that long. They poop it out pretty quick. I mean, we got to remember, these are dogs that'll get into trash and eat stuff that are rotten. Our dogs lick their butts, so I think a little raw food is not going to hurt them. Not to mention, that's the way they've done it in the wild for thousands of years. Can you let him eat, please? But this is how they do it out in the wild, and dogs seem to be doing fine there. And so my dogs have been fine. I have had no problems. They have not got sick from this diet. They've done much better on it, and they're just done much healthier. So, and once a day, I feed them once a day, and that's it. they get a treat at night, you know, but anyhow, now we'll give them a chicken leg. Dump some of this water out. You, on the other hand, when you do make this, you need to make sure that you wash your area up, you know, thoroughly after, because even though the dogs won't necessarily have any issues with the bacteria, you, on the other hand, can get sick from the bacteria. So, take yours. Come here. And there's your leg. Now go eat it. So they'll go eat their chicken legs, and Bella will, again, she'll put hers down in about 15 seconds. Buddy, he's more patient and he's a slower eater. Alright. That's it. You can check out my site at shepscanineboutique.com for more information and little tips on feeding your dogs raw, a natural diet. Take it downstairs. So, any questions, you can get a hold of me at shepscanineboutique.com. My contact information's there. And we're gonna get our day started. See ya.